this at all, so make sure that you watch this, that you tune in. It might be a big nothing that I end up sending to members only, but local deputy that I've caught speeding on at least 2 occasions in this squad car is following me. So we'll see how that goes. They don't like that when you catch them. So when they get an opportunity to get behind you, they do it. He's hanging back, and I've got my cruise set at 55 on the nose, tracking it with my GPS. So we'll see if he drops off. But yeah, sometimes, I'm not even exaggerating, sometimes they see me coming or going down the street and they go the other direction, so he may or may not turn off. So if he does turn off, this will be a very short live stream, but thought I'd say hi anyway. No, it wasn't a trooper. It was a Fillmore County deputy. The Fillmore County guys who I've never had a negative interaction with, I kind of get the side eye. The closest I've had to a negative interaction was election night last year in November when they, yeah, Chaz, they definitely know who I am. I don't know if I'm a threat or not, AVA. I understand your meaning when you say threat, but I don't perceive pointing out when they're doing wrong as a threat. I just perceive it as, here I am holding you accountable. Like, who holds the accountable? So, and you know, the honest answer to who holds the the unaccountable accountable is ultimately, it has to be us. But what can we do? We can make, yeah, my GPS just took an automatic picture, so I don't know what that's for. So I'm gonna dip down in a little valley here. I might lose you guys for a few minutes, or not for a few minutes, but for just a little bit. So if okay, here we are. He's hanging way back. Like, like I said, I'm doing 55 on the nuts. 50, like on the nuts 55, according to the GPS, which is satellite track, and he's falling behind. So I'm wondering if he decided, nah, I don't want nothing to do with TC, but we'll see. But yeah, as I was saying, I don't want them to perceive me as a threat. That's not what I want. I don't want them to perceive me as dangerous. I just want them to know that there is somebody out there that's going to hold them accountable when there's nobody else that does it. And let's be honest, there is nobody holding government accountable. There's nobody holding the enforcement arm of the government accountable. Just not. And there goes one going the opposite direction. So I don't know. I'm not going to deny there is a certain level of what I think is understandable paranoia on my part when I see law enforcement these days. I am a loudmouth. I call crap out locally. I do. I call it out locally. And you can only be told so many times that there are people that are looking for reasons, who know people that are, you know, in the career field. You can only hear that so many times before you start to go, there's something to be said for that. So, hey, STD is here. Thanks. Lady Jen's here. No Name Coder, thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys being being in the stream while I talk about something that I had no content in mind for yesterday or today for sure, and so I really didn't have anything planned to talk about when he pulled in behind me. So, you know, I don't. Yeah, like I said, there's something to be said for the reality that I do. And even think about what I'm about to say. I want you to think about it after I say it. Can't think about it before. But think about the totality of the weight of the comment I'm about to make. I bring it on myself. And folks, that's why. Excellent, Logan. I thought about it and I hate it. Touche, and you should. The fact that people can insinuate, and there goes another one. No lights, no sirens, no nothing. But the fact that you can hold people accountable, public servants accountable, in the capacity of the work that they do, and that people will say to you, you bring it on yourself when you do that, that's chilling. That's why there are a lot of people out there who are very disgusted with how they perceive law enforcement not being accountable. They perceive government not being accountable. But they won't say or do anything because they don't want to be targeted. And it's a phrase that I learned early on in speaking out against government abuse and government tyranny. And the last place that I personally thought I would ever experience it, the phrase I'm going to share with you, was from people who were in the career field of law enforcement who I knew. People that I had experience of working in tandem with in respect to the kind of work that I was doing for the local law enforcement agency that I worked for nearly 13 years. I really never expected that I would ever be subjected to what is referred to as a chilling effect. I never even understood the depth of that phrase until I heard it the first time and started to understand why constitutional scholars and constitutional attorneys and the courts that were still pretending to be on the side of the people coined the phrase a chilling effect. And the reason that the phrase chilling effect exists is not because someone has been harassed or charged with a crime in relation to their constitutionally enshrined natural rights, and then that has a chilling effect. What the courts mean when they refer to that, what attorneys mean when they refer to that chilling effect, is people are aware because of prior decisions that have been made against other people, or because people have been warned by an agency, if you do that, this is what is going to happen. And that is the chilling effect. Now, warnings are a good thing I don't understand, Mary Moriarty will be your only ally in Minnesota. I don't understand that comment, Bob. I can't stand Mary Moriarty. But so, like, what happened to me in my career field, or in my career, was, and I've talked about this ad nauseum, but the very first time that I was talked to by the Chief Deputy Brian Howard, right after George Floyd died, and I had made kind of a predecessor to Drive Time Dialectics on Facebook, or what I call Drive Time Dialectics here and for this channel now. I had made one for Facebook talking about the comments of the mayor of Rochester, Minnesota, and the fact that she was provoking people towards violence with the way she was talking about the events surrounding George Floyd's death. And I had already come out and labeled that situation as very potentially being murder. And because I saw some things in how it was handled, not just by Chauvin, but by the others that were with him, that had me very concerned for what was going on. But the mayor of Rochester came out and was making very blanket and broad statements about all law enforcement in Rochester to a very hostile and angry crowd that was already threatening violence. And so that the night after that morning drive home, so that evening when I came back to work, the chief deputy approached me and told me I needed to be careful. I wasn't in trouble. I hadn't done anything wrong yet. That's a chilling effect. That's what the courts and constitutional law scholars, actual constitutional law scholars, not people who just assert that they are. These tactics are used by government, by the enforcement arm of government, law enforcement, and all the other law enforcement agencies, from the municipal level to the county level, the state level, to the federal level. They're used on we the people. They're used on, government employees, and that's what makes it really hard to speak out and hold these people accountable, is that people become afraid to say anything for fear of potential consequences. Without even an actual promise of genuine consequences, people just become afraid that there might be consequences. They don't want to lose their job. They don't want to get arrested. They don't want to have a write-up in their personnel file. They don't want to run the risk of not being able to get the promotion, and on and on and on. All for things like speech or exercising a natural right. And that is what silences people. That's what silences them. Without a doubt, that's what silences them. He turned off while I was talking, so there's a positive. He turned off. So he must have decided that he didn't want to dink around with me. So it was a little impromptu drive time dialectic. And I appreciate you guys tuning in for it and being there to be witnesses in case something happens. So make sure you hit that thumbs up, and I will probably do this again if it happens again. If I can I need to have a system in place where I can just do a live without having to jump through all the hoops, but that's not always easy to do. Yeah, safety first. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thanks for the views. Thanks for the thumbs up. And check out the channel on Friday night. I am going to be sitting down with a compadre, if you will. And hopefully we're going to be able to get former NBA basketball player Royce White on, who ran for Senate in Minnesota last year. And I pointed out some inconsistencies with his philosophy and the way he treated people. And I'd made dozens, if not hundreds, of invites to him to come on the show. And I think we may have actually caused him to single-handedly sink his political career this weekend with the way he was responding to people in a group. So we're giving him an opportunity Friday night at 7:30 Central Time. Friday night, August 1st, 7:30 Central Time. Royce White, come on. El Cruzado, a local county deputy that I have busted speeding at least once or twice on camera, pulled in behind me, coming from another county, and was following me quite a ways, but hanging way back. So I did the live stream in case there was a stop or there was a problem. So, but yeah, anyway, thanks everybody. Thanks to all my channel members. Thanks to all my subscribers. And I really appreciate everybody that tunes in and shares my content out and likes. I'm almost to 4,500, which is, within spitting distance of 5K. 5,000 subscribers is, I would have never imagined I was going to get anywhere close. So the fact that I'm at almost 4,500, I'm just blown away. To me, this is the most successful thing I've ever done, besides raise 2 kids. And sometimes I wonder if my kids think I did that successfully. So, you guys, take care of yourself. Stay tuned. I appreciate everybody, especially those who are regular viewers. You encourage me and you help me keep going. And so, until next time, my friends, fight for your freedom. It is yours. Fight for your liberty. It belongs to you. And Sic Semper Tyrannis.